Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's.
That's what they needed right there.
Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down.
Minkler, good ball fake, gets to the 10.
Count it and the foul.
Two buzzer beaters to his credit, goes down the lane, double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! Another!
And it's a steal by Soden to the rim. He's got the layup and Bedford's got the lead.
McGeady drives, Strand open, three-pointer up and in. Wow.
And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Make guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in!
Trying to find Bono.
Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run off the clock!
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game between the Pinkerton Astros and the Nashua North Titans. These two teams seemingly on a collision course all season long. Pinkerton, they're on this stage for the second time in as many seasons, and they feature the state's best player and perhaps the most dominant player in the division in a generation. That's the 6'9" senior, Jackson Marshall, averaged 37 points per game during the regular season to help guide Pinkerton to the division's best record at 17-1. The top-seeded Astros took care of a stubborn Trinity team by a final of 82-71 in the semifinal back on Wednesday to advance to the championship round for the second straight year. Nashua North, meanwhile, after a 4-4 start, they win 10 in a row to close out the regular season and enter the tournament as the number 3 seed. And they took care of defending champion Bedford on Wednesday night in convincing fashion by a final score of 84-68. So two teams playing their best basketball of the season on the biggest stage in the state this afternoon.
Absolutely, and we have seen them at their best. We saw Nashua North upsetting. We say upset, although I don't know. That they're on such a roll that I really didn't feel like that was a big upset this time in the semifinals. And then Pinkerton had a little trouble with Trinity, who, by the way, also got tremendously better as the season went along, and gave them some fits inside, double teams on Marshall, got them frustrated, got them angry, got a tee, things happen, get a little fired up. So we'll see how the emotions stay in check today for Pinkerton, and can Nashua North find a way to just sort of, again, contain Marshall inside. Can't stop him. You're not going to stop him. And I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, oh, yeah, they can. Rodriguez is, 6'6", got some length, can change some shots. But you're not going to stop Marshall, but maybe, just maybe, you can contain him a little bit and kind of hold him down. If you do that, you have a chance, I think, to beat Pinkerton.
Well, the problem is he's such a good free throw shooter, as was on display in the win over Trinity. The Pioneers held him to 13 points in that first half, but he exploded for 26 in the second half as the Astros turned the table and ultimately won by double digits. He's a 2,000-point career scorer.
Those are rare.
Surpassed that career milestone in the quarterfinal victory over Nashua South. So all eyes will be on number 32 in white this afternoon. Meanwhile, for Nashua North, they have a strong junior class led by the captain, Parth Maglani, and you mentioned him earlier, the big man, Robinson Rodriguez. They have good guard play, as we know, out of the seniors as well. In, well, both,
Pena,
really, Alizi, Roy Cortez, and Jaden Pena, and both of those guys are going to have to step up today.
I think that will be one of the biggest matchup issues for Pinkerton. The Nashua guards are lightning quick. Not only just quick from, little point-to-point AB, they're quick or fast up and down the court as well. And Pena has become a really good scorer as the year has gone on. Roy Cortez, more of a facilitator, defensive player, gets after it. they're really a tough matchup for anybody. And Cernuda tends to get in foul trouble. We've seen it happen 3 or 4 times now. He has to stay out of foul trouble, I think, if Pinkerton wants to be able to stay with those guards. The coach did a great job with that Nashua North team. They switch up presses. They know how to handle presses. I don't know. This could be a really close, exciting game.
Well, the gym is packed, as we expected. Nearly 5,000 on hand. Many of them students at both Nashua North and Pinkerton. They'll be standing, I'm sure, the entire 32 minutes and going back at one another. The Astro students are wearing the team colors, red and white, and are stationed off to our left. Well, it seems like kind of a construction worker theme with a lot of bright colors over there in the Titans student section.
That's it. I guess in case the lights go out, we'll be able to find them at some point over there.
All right, let's turn things over to public address announcer and our friend Sherm Chester for the introduction of the starting lineups. Well, we are ready to rumble here in Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, the Division I championship game here in 2024 between top seed Pinkerton and Nashua North. Justin, quickly, some keys both ways.
So how do you come out early maybe and keep Jackson Marshall off of the offensive glass? He gets a lot of points, offensive rebounds, goes back up, puts them in. That's how he gets a ton of points and free throws. And the guards for Nashua North, Pinkerton's got to find a way to slow the guards down just a little bit.
It'll be Marshall against Rodriguez, and we are underway here at UNH. Astros with the basketball. They are the higher seed. They are in their home whites. Nashua North in the road blues, opening up in a man-to-man defensively. Three-pointer is off target. Marshall, a good look from straight away. The rebound is collected by the 5'8" Luke Peters.
Not
now
big.
The Titans will look to get on the board first.
Yeah, Peters isn't big, but he's strong. He does all kinds of things that you need. Rebounds, good defense.
Three-pointer, it's Rodriguez. Well, he had a feast inside against Bedford in the semifinals.
He did.
Where he scored the majority of his 26 points, but he shows you the range here on trip number 1.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't see that. Didn't see
Meanwhile,
that.
it's Andrew Brander who's got the quick answer. And that'll tie the game at 3.
Now he has to come out. If he starts hitting shots early.
Pena into the lane. The leaner won't go. Follows his own miss. Kicks it out to Rodriguez, who hits the 3 off the glass.
Bank shot. Now he didn't shoot any threes against Bedford the other day. 0.03s. All his points were inside the paint.
Should be a 6-3 Nashua North lead. Meanwhile, inside, Marshall's going to get his first 2.
Yeah, you got to go inside. Every time you come down the floor, you should go inside first and then go outside.
Meanwhile, fadeaway won't go for Roy Cortez. Rebound Marshall. Bounce pass taken away and stolen by Peters.
Like
it's the first Pinkerton turnover. Fadeaway won't go. Ludden blocked the shot but couldn't come down with the basketball. And it'll stay at this end with the Titans.
Man, I don't know how aggressive you want to see Peters be offensively other than getting some wide open threes from the corner where he's been really good. Wide open shots, wide open looks. He's not very big, so he's going to have a tough time getting shots off.
This one is turned over. So one giveaway each way as that inbound pass goes awry.
Full court man early for Nashua North, making Cernuda and Brander work really hard bringing the ball up the floor. Tire him out.
I believe Pinkerton is trailing 6-5. It's now been corrected on the scoreboard.
There it is.
It showed the opposite a moment ago. Meanwhile, Brander leaves it for Ludden, who double dribbles.
Double dribble got caught. I think he thought maybe he didn't have the ball, but he did. Double dribble. Good call.
2 minutes in. A little bit of nerves both ways.
Oh, absolutely. Big game. This is probably our biggest, really, Division I game. It feels like the biggest game of the day.
Backdoor, Pena gets free and lays it in off the window.
Great pass up top, bounce pass on the backdoor, cut by Rodriguez.
Bienvenu Cernuda off balance. Marshall is fouled on the way up.
And that's what you're going to have to be concerned with. He can shoot. We've seen him shoot 19, 20 free throws, and he doesn't miss very many.
He's an excellent career free throw shooter. So here is Jackson Marshall. Averaged a little over 37 points per game. We saw him a few nights ago in the semifinal. Ended up with 39 points. And one number to keep an eye on, perhaps, is the number 46. That is the tournament record for most points in a tournament game. And I'm sure Marshall will be flirting with that number by the end of the day. He's got 4 here already.
He's got to be close to the number of points in a tournament overall after this game is over. I think it's, 117 maybe or something like that?
112.
112, okay.
By Zach Matthew, ironically, who played for Pinkerton, part of that 2010 championship team.
Oh, that's right.
Meanwhile, Pena, an offensive rebound. He's going to keep it at this end, but steal by Ludden. He's got his eye on the iron. He goes to the rim, and he lays it in off the window.
Ludden is the other player for Pinkerton that's going to generate offense along with the Branders. Does all kinds of different things. Rebounds, plays good defense.
This one sails on Maguani over the head of the intended target, Rui Cortez. and out of bounds. That's back-to-back turnovers by the Titans.
Quick turnovers. Can't turn the ball over. That's one thing you don't want to do against Pinkerton because they'll run up the score really quick, and then you'll find yourself in a deep hole.
Astros by 1. They go backdoor to Marshall. The alley-oop, though, won't go down, and Peters has the rebound.
That was a great pass. Just didn't quite get it to go down.
Peters backdoor for Cortez. It's too easy.
Yeah, way too easy. Where's the help, right? You got to help each other out. Communicate, help each other out.
Quick shot the other way. Contested and missed by Brander. The rebound to Rodriguez. The Titans with a 1-point lead, but they give it right back. Ball on the floor. Cortez goes to the ground, and in the other end, it's Cernuda into the paint. Finds Marshall, the trailer. The three-pointer is up and in.
He's feeling it early. Stroke looks good. Form looks good. Ball's going in clean.
Meanwhile, McGlonney blocked by Ludden. And Charles Ludden, the senior co-captain, he's fired up.
Gotta be careful.
After getting his right hand on the basketball there.
Gotta be careful though. Watch his mouth when he says things. They're probably gonna call this game close in terms of, a little smack.
Peters out of the corner, left it short. Bienvenu Cernuda gets to it. Junior point guard has had his issues staying out of foul trouble as of late, but has not been whistled yet. In fact, only one foul called so far, and it was against Nashua North. Meanwhile, it's Brander, got the step for his second field goal.
Andrew Brander has a size advantage over Pena or Roy Cortez, depending upon who guards him that time down the floor. So he's going to try and take advantage of that.
Andrew Brander, the senior, had perhaps his best game in the semifinal win over Trinity at 22 points. Meanwhile, the turnover bug continuing to bite Nashua North, another Titan giveaway. Ludden into the lane, nearly lost the dribble. Bienvenu Cernuda goes inside. Marshall spin move, hook shot, no. Followed, no. Third time, no. Fourth time, yes.
Well, you get 3 offensive rebounds, you put the ball back in. Yep, that's how you do it. Push him away, right? Got to push him away from the basket. He's just too strong to let him stand underneath the basket. You got to push him out. Nobody boxed him out.
Timeout, Nashua North, as Coach Steve Lane wants to talk it over. The Astros, after trailing early, have built up a 6-point lead. It's the largest lead so far.
Five turnovers already. And they've been not really with pressure. They've just been weird turnovers. Throw the ball in the air. A couple of them sailed high in the air and just sort of go awry. That, to me, feels a little bit like nerves. Pinkerton was here last year, so maybe Nashua North has a little bit of nerve. Those are nerve turnovers. Those are like, whoa, we threw the ball too high.
And of course, both of these teams have played in front of large regular season and tournament crowds before, but nothing like this.
Not like this. This is loud, obnoxious, and people yelling all over the place. And
better than 5,000 in attendance, and they're still coming in, by the way.
I don't know if they're going to get it. Their standing room, it looks like only down the baseline.
Pena got the step, cut off by Marshall, but a travel is called. Juggled 6. A little bit upon the landing, it looked like.
He did. I couldn't tell if his feet moved, but he juggled the basketball. I couldn't tell. On the replay, we might see it. Didn't really look like a
Brander steps into a 3, left it short. Cortez the other way. Up the floor it goes. Bobbled in the corner and turned over.
Again, too high, too much juice.
It's Gavin Terrio just checked in and never quite had his eye on the basketball.
Adrenaline and nerves combined can make you do weird stuff.
Got a 7-2 turnover differential early with inside of 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Astros have used that to build this 16-10 lead. Looking to extend it on this trip. North looking for a stop out of the man-to-man. Coach Lane waving his arms. Ludden, spin move, and score.
Really good spin move. Got himself open right off the spin on the backside with a nice little teardrop 5-footer.
Pinkerton by 8. There's Parth McGlonney, the captain. Inside Rodriguez. Jump stop, leans, but can't connect. Misplayed it off the window. Marshall's got his 5th rebound. Bienvenu Cernuda looking to get to the rim. Double pump and score off the glass.
Get a timeout here pretty quick if they score again, or maybe now. Just because you don't want to get too far behind against Pinkerton. They tend to roll.
Coach Lane has already used 1 timeout. This club trails by 10. Maglani for Rodriguez, looking for the touch, but can't hit the three. The weak side rebound belongs to Brander.
Not trying to get him shots inside. He's so good in the paint.
Marshall from way downtown can't hit that. It's a back iron miss that ends up out of play.
It was deep. That was volleyball line almost deep right there. Wow. Well, he's feeling it, right? Everything he's shot almost has gone in and looks good.
Meanwhile, Coach Lane is going to bring his 6'5 center off the floor. As Rodriguez sits, he replaces him with another 6'5 center. That's Peter Donovan, who has played well during this postseason, the senior, on the floor for the first time. We're down to 1:20 remaining, first quarter. Nashua North needs a bucket. Instead, they throw it out of bounds, and that's got first-year Pinkerton head coach Mike Dunham clapping his hands.
Yeah, that's just good defensive effort. They're not. Nashua North are just having trouble right now getting open. They're not getting open looks at the basket. Turn the ball over, but no open looks. Right? They're not on the same page offensively. You kind of feel it, right? Not on the same page. Got him inside, one-on-one. You got to take advantage of that battle right there.
Marshall, elbow J, no. Bienvenu Cernuda pulls down the offensive rebound and in the process draws a foul against Nashua North's Gavin Terrio.
And he's about the smallest player on the floor, Nick, and he always is a good rebounder. If he can stay in the game, a really good rebounding guard.
Very active. He's one of the school's standout soccer players in the fall. And he's helped his team here early on. Marshall for three. His second from downtown.
He's getting shots today, threes. We saw him the other day. I don't think he shot a three when he played his last game against Trinity. All inside. There's another one.
Another steal. Bienvenu Cernuda to the rim. Left-hand banker, no. Donovan trying to wrestle it down. Instead, it's Brander who whips it out of bounds. Try to fire a rocket down low for James Wallace. Ends up out of play. Just the third turnover for Pinkerton. That'll leave us with 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. North desperately seeking a bucket here. They have not scored in several minutes.
Yeah, just way too many turnovers. I mean, you can't have that many turnovers and expect to stay close. You're down 13 early. They get 23 points in the first quarter. That's a lot of points.
10 to shoot. Pena in attack mode, goes to the rim and lays it in off the window.
Yeah, they need to stop the bleeding. So that was a good drive to the basket. But
Brander from midcourt, three-pointer a little short. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The top seed, Pinkerton, they've come out swinging. Opening up a double-digit lead early, 23-12. North will look for the counterpunch when we come back. Second quarter next. You are watching the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game. Right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, it's a packed house here in Durham for this 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Pinkerton with a 23-12 lead as we open up the second quarter with an and one bucket for the Titan senior Alizi Roy Cortez. Gets that one to go despite the contact, giving his team a much-needed lift as they cut the gap down to 9.
Now hopefully in the second quarter they get back on the same page offensively. But Lonnie's having a hard time getting open shots. He hasn't got an open look yet. I think Pinkerton knows that. He's a good shooter. You're not going to give him open looks.
That one in and out. Marshall with his 6th rebound. Pinkerton the other way with a 9-point lead on the board. Astros, after coming up short in this spot last year, looking for their first championship since 2010. Inside, it's Marshall. Lost it on the way up. And the big man wanted a foul, but won't get one here.
On the double team, Peters in there with his hands inside, knocking the ball away. Good double team. You're going to have to double every time he catches the ball if you want to, just contain him like we talked about. Rodriguez comes back in, so makes it a little more difficult, I think, for Marshall.
Marshall catching fire, three-pointer. No good. A good contest by Robinson. And it's tracked down by Peters, and North wants to push. Up ahead, McGloney catching fire, 3 around the rim and out. Marshall's there on the glass.
McGloney has to shoot well for them to have a chance. He's one of their better scorers, averaging about 16, 17 points a game or more, depending upon the night. He's played well. He's not hitting that. Now you got to find somebody else.
Ludden for 3. Short. Cortez the rebound, and he's got his foot on the gas. He's going to go down the lane. Left hand blocked by Ludden.
Oh, Ludden is everywhere. Offensively, defensively, everywhere.
Ludden with 2 blocks in this first half. That one impressive there as he times it perfectly with the right hand. Backdoor Pena into the lane. Left hand scoop, no. Peters on the weak side goes back up and draws a foul.
Now, if you are Pinkerton, you don't foul Peters on that. You just put your hands straight up, make him shoot over the top of you.
Peters, the 5'8 junior, 4 rebounds already.
Yeah, that's
in this first half.
See, it's impressive when he and Cernuda are able to get inside and rebound like that.
Peters, one of the standout football players at Nashua North. He's got the free throw to give him his first point of the afternoon.
Be ready. They might, Nashua North may press here on this next possession. You're down 8, maybe 7 after this. They may press, so be ready for them to set up maybe in a zone press of some kind.
Well, the Titans have now scored 6 unanswered.
The man full court again.
They're within shouting distance at 7, 23-16. Minute and a half gone by, second quarter.
Trying to trap maybe on the wing here up top, not this time.
Rodriguez trying to deny the entry pass. That frees up Ludden, who's got the 3 lined up but can't hit. Off the rim twice. Bienvenu Cernuda on the offensive glass.
There he is again, rebounding inside, just like we talked about. He's a good rebounding guard.
First points of the quarter for Pinkerton. They're back up 9 with 2 minutes gone by. In the corner, Cortez for 3, too much. Weak side, it's tipped out of bounds. And last touch by McGloney.
And you're seeing now, like Roy Cortez didn't shoot much the other day. Last few games hadn't shot much. Now he's shooting a little bit more today. So they're doing some things differently than they have. Like maybe, again, not quite on the same page, and McGloney's not getting open. I like the trapping idea.
Pinkerton handles it well. Brander for 3. Goes in and out. Rebound McGloney off the bounce.
Got to find a way to get some screens to get McGloney open, to get him some good looks at the basket.
One of their better shooters. Going to go off the dribble here against Ludden. Frees up Cortez. Pump fake. Fade. 15-footer won't go. Rodriguez collects and scores.
That's where Rodriguez needs to be. Underneath the basket. Offensive rebounding.
8 for Rodriguez. Marshall's turn. Draws a foul.
Going to get him in foul trouble.
Got him on the wrist, it looked like, on the release.
Yep.
And he's going to pick up his first.
That's a tough play. He's going to have to, they need him in the game, so not try and block shots. Just put your hands straight up. Make Marshall shoot over the top of you. He's got length. Make it a difficult shot for him. Just don't foul him and put him at the free throw line.
Second trip to the line for Marshall. He's 3 for 3. At 12 points in that first quarter. He's got 2 more here. So Pinkerton played with the lead most of the way. Out in front now, 27-18 with 3 minutes gone by. Pena slammed to the ground by Marshall, who helps Pena right back up. Some good sportsmanship there. The senior going to head to the free throw line.
And that's what you want. Attack Marshall, get him in foul trouble, and he tries to block shots, and then he's going to have to sit down for a while. If he sits down for a while, they don't have another big man to bring in. That opens up inside the paint for Nashua to score all kinds of attack the basket, bounce passes to Rodriguez for layups.
Well, we saw Pena really break out in the semifinal win over Bedford at 18 points in the first half.
Yeah, he was good.
Against the Bulldogs. He's been known as a defensive stalwart really his entire career. And he's doing a bit of both here in this first half. As he goes 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 6 points, a couple of rebounds. And as we know, one of their better on-the-ball defenders. Marshall a fadeaway. Too much. Pena the rebound. Pena, lightning quick, goes all the way.
And that's where Nashua North could be successful on that play. Guard speed up and down the court. End line to end line, they can't keep up with them.
All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Marshall inside, left it short. Offensive rebound, Cernuda goes up and gets a friendly roll.
And there's Cernuda again with an offensive rebound and a basket. A rare miss on the inside for Marshall.
6 points, 4 rebounds for the junior point guard. Parker Bienvenu Cernuda. Here's Maglani on the mid-block. Double teams. Pena fires a 3 and knocks it down.
Yeah, Pena's feeling it. All of a sudden, Pena's feeling it. Got to keep him close somehow, right?
It's the first Titan to double figures with 11. Midway through second quarter, 4-point game. Marshall inside, spin move, can't get the layup. Trying to follow his own miss. There's about 9 bodies on the floor. Cortez comes out of the pile with the basketball. Goes behind the back, finds Peters. Hoists up a 3, it's too strong. And then the 5th rebound collected by Bienvenu Cernuda, and he wants to slow it down.
Gotta wait for your rebounders that time. In that case, wait for your rebounders to get down. You're 2-on-2. Just wait for the rest of your team to get there so you can get a rebound and get a second shot. You have some guys laying on the ground over on the other end. And Marshall's a little bit off. Defensively, I think they're doing a good job changing his shot, making it more difficult for him to get those little 2-footers because nice spin move down there, but Rodriguez has his hands up, so it's a little tougher for him to score inside, even though he's got, 14, 15 points already. So.
Now, if you're just joining us, Pinkerton built up at one point a 13-point lead in the opening quarter. They forced 9 turnovers in the process from Nashua North. The Titans, though, have settled in a bit in this second quarter, led by Jaden Pena. And they're back within 4 at 29-25, just past the midway point of this second quarter.
Yeah, the speed of the Nashua North guards is posing a problem for Pinkerton early. You can't let guys just dribble the length of the floor. You got to have guys around the basket helping each other out, communicating. Pinkerton's got to talk. They can't just let guys go by and give them a layup and expect Marshall to block the shot or end up in foul trouble in that case.
29-25, having some fun here in Durham. 3rd of 4 state championship games. We saw Concord Christian take home the women's title in Division II to kick off the day's festivities. That was followed up by a Pelham win as they go back-to-back in D2 on the boys' side. Later on tonight, it'll be Bedford and Pinkerton for the girls' Division I state title that comes your way at 7 o'clock Eastern.
How about that? Iron Men today, baby. 2 Iron Men.
Inside, it's Ludden. Baseline extended, got the 2.
Got to get a hand up on Ludden. They went 2-3 zone that time. First time they went zone. They've been playing man, Nashua North, for the entirety of the game thus far. Full court man most of the time, trying to tire out the Pinkerton guards.
The Astros lead is 6, 31-25. Come up on 3 minutes to go until halftime. Pena turns on the gas, tried to scoop that one up. Draws a foul.
Yeah, that bump from... Luckily, that's only his first foul.
And we get another look at that lightning quick first step. Pena.
Gotta get help.
Really spearheaded this effort in this quarter to try to get his team competitive. As he continues to pile on the points, he's got a dozen in this first half.
And that's just rotation. Pinkerton's got to communicate and rotate back, rotate so that if you get beat up top, you got to rotate and help each other out and talk so that you can stop the driver, make him make one more extra pass.
Free throw up and in.
Well, they shoot free throws well. I mean, they've only missed 1.
Pena's 4 for 4.
Yeah, he shot really well.
Marshall catch and fire 3. Back iron miss, and there's Rodriguez with a good rebound. Chance to cut the lead in half, but Peters is blocked from behind by Andrew Brander. Came flying out of nowhere to swat that away with the right hand.
I don't care if Peters thinks there's no one there or something. He always has to pump fake. Always. He's not very big. You always pump fake. If he did that, Brander would have flown right by.
Cortez off the inbound. Blocked by Ludden for the 3rd time.
Another one.
And then Bienvenu Cernuda, as he comes into the front court, is going to draw a foul along the sideline.
He'll have 2 fouls to give, Nashua does, so they get
it's on
one
Peters.
time.
That's his 2nd. And the 2nd team foul against Nashua North.
We're going to have to take Peters out now, give him a break with 2 fouls early. Usually they bring in Terrio as well. I'm surprised they don't bring in Terrio.
We're going to see Zion Melendez instead. A 6'1 junior who's got some length and some athleticism.
He does. So look, they're going to double team Marshall on the other side with him. Leave Cernuda wide open. Maybe hit some threes.
He's going to take one here and misfire. And then an over-the-back foul is called against Andrew Brander.
Yeah, I think the goal is, double Marshall, make Cernuda beat you with 3. He doesn't shoot many threes. And now look at the foul, that push from behind. All of a sudden now we're shooting free throws again.
That's 5 team fouls against Pinkerton.
Now Maglani will shoot. Maglani just hasn't had a good look at the basket yet.
And he's been scoreless in this first half. He's the captain.
No,
it's not going to be Maglani, it'll be Pena.
I thought for sure he was the one inside in the rebound in there.
But your point on Maglani is valid. He's been contained so far from this Astro defense.
Yeah, they blocked a shot, once or twice, and he's just not getting good looks.
Meanwhile, Pena continuing to pile on the free throw points. 5 for 5, and I just jinxed him. He misses. Ludden grabs the board for Pinkerton. Jumper up and in. Andrew Brander, fresh off a 22-point performance in the win over Bedford. He's got now 7 in this first half.
Yeah, he's played well in the beginning so far. The ball went in for him on his first shot, and I think he's confident.
Pinkerton has played with the lead most of this first half. Their largest lead was 13 back in the first quarter. They're 5 here. Looking for a stop. Cortez. Rodriguez, open look. 3-pointer up and in. That's the 3rd from downtown for the junior center.
Another one. Where'd that come from? He was all 2s the other day in the paint. Now today he's hitting 3s.
Meanwhile, Bienvenu Cernuda leaves it short. And it's Pena on the rebound for the Titans. Pena all the way to the cup.
He is killing them right now. Just driving the ball right down their throat.
He had 18 in the first half against Bedford in the semis. He got 16 in the first half here in the championship. 3-pointer, Christian Brander, no. Another offensive rebound, Bienvenu Cernuda, and it leads to a banker 3 from Andrew Brander.
No, he didn't call it though, Nick. I didn't see him call that.
The bank open on Sunday, apparently. Meanwhile, Ludden almost stole the basketball on the sideline, but just stepped in front of head coach Mike Dunham, who gets a laugh out of it. North will keep it.
And Cernuda quietly has 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
Right? 6 rebounds for the point guard.
But on the glass. And has stayed out of foul trouble, has stayed on the floor. Rodriguez, power dribble and layup.
That's it right there, wide open. I don't know what happened. They lost him, but he is having a first half. Guards are getting the ball.
13 for Rodriguez. North is within 1. Bienvenu Cernuda is going to push it back to 3 with a left-hand finish.
If he can do that, they're going to have to come out maybe and guard him a little closer. If he makes a 3, you're really going to have to come out.
Meanwhile, Maglani fouled on the floor, and again, it's bonus time. So, the captain with a chance to get his first points of the afternoon at the free throw line here with 50 seconds to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, a look back at that first half stats, highlights, analysis, a recap of Championship Sunday so far, and a preview of the girls' Division I title game. That's all coming up at halftime. Maglani, you see the smooth stroke there. Gets his first, and sometimes, Justin, that's all it takes.
No, just to see the ball go in, right? Got to see it go in. He hasn't even had a look. That ball hasn't even been close yet for him a chance for it to go in, and he's seen it now twice.
Goes 2 for 2.
And we have not seen Marshall score. I don't think he scored in this second quarter.
He's got a couple of free throws, that's it.
Okay, yes, free throws. Right.
He's got 14 in the game. He's fouled here on the catch by Melendez.
So you don't want to do those silly fouls, right? If you're going to foul him, get him around the basket where it make it tough for him to shoot and to score. But no, there's no reason to just foul him when he catches the ball. It's just silly.
Third team foul. Marshall catch and face, fires from the baseline, can't score. Ludden keeps it alive. Wallace the offensive rebound. Goes up, blocked by Maglani. It's out to Melendez, and the Titans come the other way. 30 seconds to go first half. Pena has it. Cortez calls for it up top. Gonna fire a 3 and knock it down.
Where that come from? Wow. Both guards shoot well.
Meanwhile, this one is ruled out of bounds in the corner. It's got the north bench fired up. The Titans, after trailing by as many as 13, they lead by 2, and they'll have a chance to extend the lead here in the final 12 seconds before the break.
And they've done this because they haven't turned the ball over anymore. They had 9 turnovers early, and now they haven't turned the ball over.
Pena off the crossover, goes at Brander. Looks for Cortez, leans into it, 3, and knocks it down at the buzzer.
Well, they win the game. Don't rush the court now. Don't do that. You didn't win the game. It's only halftime. Don't get overzealous.
Elise Roy Cortez. Back-to-back three-pointers in the closing seconds. And just like that, Nashua North is able to flip the script in the second quarter. They trail by as many as 13. They take a 5-point lead with them into the locker room. And that's got the Nashua North half of the crowd elated.
They won that quarter 31-15.
There you go.
That's the lead right there. So now all of a sudden you have a 5-point lead on a 31-15 second quarter. That's a lot of points in the second quarter. It was the guards, and then all of a sudden Rodriguez hits a 3 and a 2. But the guards attacked the basket, pushed the ball to the basket, got layups, and then made it easier for everybody else to get a shot. What a half. That was a really good half.
Defense looked good for North in that second quarter as well. Nothing going to be easy, we know, moving forward for either squad. It's anybody's guess at this point, a 5-point game at the break. Coming up, we tally up the numbers, we look at the highlights, we recap the action, and we preview the second half in the girls' Division I state championship game between Bedford and Pinkerton. That's all coming up in just a moment. Halftime here in Durham. Nashua North leading top seed Pinkerton by a score of 43-38. You are watching the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, halftime here in Durham. What a game so far.
So far, absolutely.
This 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game. Nick Anastas, along with Justin Gorham from Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Pinkerton got off to a good start. Late in the first quarter, they rattled off 14 unanswered points and built up their largest lead of 13. In the process, they forced 9 Nashua North turnovers in that opening quarter. However, the second quarter, a completely different scenario.
That's just 180 flip.
The Titans take care of the basketball, no turnovers in that second quarter. They put up 31 points in the frame, and they end up with a 5-point lead at halftime.
They're winning in almost every category. 23 rebounds to 20. 6 for 13 from 3, 9 for 11 from the free throw line. Well, I mean, Pinkerton's only shot 4 free throws, and those 4 just Jackson Marshall early. I think he scored, 2 free throws maybe in the second quarter? That's it. You don't see him not score points in the quarter. They stopped kind of going inside. He shot some shots that he doesn't normally shoot. And I think that if Pinkerton has a chance to win this and come back, they're going to have to find a way to stop Pena and Cortez getting to the basket, getting layups, getting threes, and just getting open shots for other guys. And we haven't even seen McLaughlin do anything except hit a couple free throws. So look out for that. This game's second half is going to be, I don't know what to expect. You're going to have to make sure Marshall goes down to the block and says, we want you to go down the block, we're going to throw the ball inside, and you're going to score 2-footers and get fouled.
Marshall 4 for 17 from the floor in that first half. 14 points, 8 rebounds. Had help from his point guard, the junior Parker Bienvenu Cernuda, who had 8 points to go with 7 rebounds. And Andrew Brander chipped in with 10 points as well. For Nashua North, they have 3 players in double figures, led by the senior guard Jaden Pena. 16 points on 5 of 7 shooting, was also 5 of 6 at the free throw line. Robinson Rodriguez showed the outside touch, the 6'4 center. Had 3 made three-pointers, also went 5 of 7 overall to end up with 13 points. And don't forget about Alizi Roig Cortez, who knocked down back-to-back threes in the final minute and finishes the first half with 10 points.
Okay, that shot was great at halftime, but let's not run out in the court yet. Let's not get that excited at halftime that you just made a shot at the end of the buzzer to put your team up by 5. Let's not do that. Right? I understand the excitement, but you need to temper that in the second half so you come out and play the same way you did in the first. Don't get overzealous.
Pinkerton led that first half most of the way. In fact, held the lead for over 12 of the 16 minutes, but surrendered it in the final seconds. Bienvenu Cernuda, left-hand finish. Good cut along the baseline. He's brought his A game today, as he's got now 10 points.
And they're leaving him alone, too. They're letting him shoot. They want to make him a shooter, make him beat them that way.
Meanwhile, this one off the arm of Maglani. He wanted a foul, won't get it. It's North's first turnover since the first quarter.
Don't let that start again early in the second half. Don't let that start again. Get open, go back to what you're doing. They played offensively so well in the second quarter.
Astros a chance to tie it with a three. Marshall had that one halfway down, but it's Brander on the offensive glass. Marshall spins right, leaner, up and in.
That's where he needs to be right now. When on the block, that's where he's most dangerous.
Maglani for three. Can't get it from the wing. Offensive rebound. Pena gets it off the glass.
He continues his good play in the second half already.
Pena with 18 and 5. Marshall goes at Rodriguez. Banker, no. And then it's poked out of his hands on the rebound attempt. Pena has it the other way for North.
He might have got hit, I think. He got hit a little bit. They didn't call him, but he might have got hit a little bit.
North, another three from Pena.
He is absolutely feeling it.
21 points, a game high for the senior. North with their largest lead of 6. Brander's runner won't go. Bienvenu Cernuda in a wrestling match with Maglani. On the floor, lost it. Cortez shows the speed. Cortez looks for the trailer Rodriguez, and there's 2 more.
Wow. This is not starting the way Pinkerton would want it to start.
Cernuda looks for a quick answer. No. Marshall, yes.
Got to wait for him to get down there. You have to wait and run your offense through him from the low block. And they're not doing that right now. They're trying to take other shots and not giving the ball inside early. Inside out. Inside out. That's how they're going to come. I mean, they're only down 2. They're not like crazily far behind. But you got to go inside out.
Maglani for 3. Can't find it from the wing. Weak side rebound for Brander.
His first open look at a 3 I think we've seen all day.
2.5 gone by, third quarter. Astros trying to tie or take the lead, and they'll do the latter. With a pull-up 3 from straight away, it's Andrew Brander.
Yeah, not for him, but Brander's played well.
It's his third from downtown. Meanwhile, Cortez, turn around on the baseline, can't find it. Marshall's got a double-double after pulling in his 10th rebound. Meanwhile, Ludden, a blow-by move and layup.
And nobody there for the help. Nobody there.
Timeout, Coach Lane.
Great call. Great call, because the momentum shifted quite a bit. Just the last couple times down. Got to help each other out defensively, but now you're seeing Brander and Ludden try and take over. Cernuda, they're still leaving wide open because they're trying to double Jackson Marshall. So Cernuda can probably do all kinds of things with the ball and get guys open. That's help. No help defense on that baseline at all on that drive to the basket by Ludden. Ludden's so good. He does so many different things. Stat-wise, didn't have a ton of rebounds, but he plays good defense. He blocks shots. He has 2 or 3 blocked shots, I think, in the first half. It's like that X factor in the game. If he plays well, they're probably going to win.
So it's a 1-point game with 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's been a fun one. Back and forth first. Pinkerton, after being in this spot a year ago, hoping to get over the finish line after losing to Bedford in 2023. Nashua North looking for their first championship in school history.
Did we miss a point somewhere, or did we lose this? Now they're saying it's tied. I thought it was 1 point.
Well, it was
lead.
a 1-point game. They just took a point off the board.
Why would they do that?
As we are going to get it corrected here.
I don't know about taking a point off the board. It was
the officials meeting with the score.
Didn't feel
By the way, 3 officials on hand today. Steve Burrows, Dan Moylan, Jeff Barnard, 3 of the best statewide.
You would think the official score over there is probably on top of the game. So
now they're going to add the point back for Nashua North.
50-49, that feels right. That's where we were, right? 51-point lead.
Yep, so the Titans on the lead as they re-enter, coming out of the timeout. Pinkerton 17-1 during the regular season, the top seed as we get a foul here up top against Charles Ludden.
Too aggressive on that defensive play.
Nashua North, after a 4-4 start, got rolling in mid-January and haven't looked back. They've won 13 in a row. The number 3 seed in this tournament beat number 2 seed and defending champion Bedford in the semifinal round back on Wednesday. The Astros advanced after beating perennially tough Trinity by a score of 82-71.
And Ludden is guarding McGloney, and has done just a job not letting him get any open looks.
Rodriguez tries to go around Marshall. That won't work. Rebound, Bienvenu Cernuda.
Tough shot.
It's his 8th rebound. It's Christian Brander inside. It's Jackson Marshall, left-hand finish.
That's it, bread and butter right there. Go inside to win the game. They keep going inside. Might have got away with a little left-handed hook on the offensive plays. Stuck that elbow out, hooked him, but good move, good footwork again, going the other way.
McGloney goes at Ludden into the lane. Offensive foul.
Good defensive play.
So McGloney is hit with his first foul. And now one team foul each way at the midway point, third quarter.
We have Brander underneath, Christian Brander, who we haven't seen much of offensively today. His brother's played well offensively, but he has not.
And Christian has not scored yet. He's 0 for 2 from the floor. This one no good. Marshall wrestles it away from Rodriguez.
Yeah, he just took that away. That's his strength.
22 for Marshall. 8 in this third quarter. Pinkerton by 3.
Fans might have wanted to push on that or the over-the-back foul, but that was just a good rebound.
Christian Brander, his first rebound for Pinkerton. Bienvenu Cernuda left it short. It's put back up and in by Christian Brander. 5 of his 15 in this third quarter. Pinkerton by 5. And now Pena wants a one-on-one here. Gets the defender in the air, leaves it for Rodriguez in the paint. He's got the left-hand banker.
Tough shot. Rodriguez is good around the basket as well.
17 for Rodriguez. Christian Brander, quick 3, short, rebound Rodriguez.
Still hasn't hit one.
3 minutes remaining. McGloney, a deep 3, left it short.
Yeah, he just hadn't had any rhythm. You got to get rhythm. If you're a shooter, you got to have rhythm. Find rhythm. Only had a couple open looks. Just no rhythm to the game today for him so far. So far, we got a lot of time left.
Double team comes. Ander Brander is open, and he hits another 3.
Way too wide open. 4 threes for him. Way too wide open. Another turnover.
This one is turned over.
Now this quarter is similar to what we saw in the very first quarter for Nashua North. They turned the ball over to Pinkerton's, hit some shots.
And now a timeout is called by Coach Lane.
Great call, timeout. Coach Lane, great call.
58-52 Pinkerton. The Astros trailed by 5 at the break. They now lead by 6 with 2:40 to go in this third quarter.
They just have to make sure they go back to what they did in the second quarter. Second quarter, the guards have kind of slowed down a little bit. Pinkerton's done a good job, though, of scoring, containing them, not letting them get to the basket. No fast break opportunities have occurred yet in the second half. And they're just playing really good defense, and Marshall's getting baskets now where? In the paint. Right, where he's been most successful throughout the year has been in the paint. Now, he's a good shooter, we know that, but he's just better in the paint.
At 12 points in that opening quarter, was held at just a couple of free throws in the second quarter. And as you mentioned, 8 points so far in this third quarter, all coming in the paint.
And he's got 22 and 12 already, so there's 2:40 left. Again, I think you got to play kind of like old school basketball here. You got to go inside out. You come down the floor, you make sure he touches it before you do anything else. And then guys are going to get wide open as soon as they double, wide open.
2.5 to play, third quarter. Pinkerton looking for breathing room. They led by as many as 7 in the first half. They led by 13 at one point in the first half. A chance to go up by 8 or 9 there, but couldn't get it. Blocked shot. Now McGloney into the front court for North. Extra pass, Pena. Baseline drive. Whips it up top. Cortez. Ball fake. Back to Pena. There's the 2.
Guard to guard. Great play. Both of them on the same page.
Pena with a game high 23. They look inside, but entry pass stolen by Peters, and somehow he maintains his balance on the baseline to keep it alive. Cortez into the front court. 16-foot pull-up, short. Ludden off the board is fouled on the pass in the backcourt by Maglani, who is hit with his second foul.
Another good rebound by Ludden. He's everywhere. Ludden's everywhere. Defensively, he's helping out. He's blocking shots, changing shots. He has held Maglani essentially in check today.
Fun matchup to watch. Final 100 seconds, third quarter. Astros look for breathing room, leading by 4. They go to the pull-up, and there's Andrew Brander again. He's starting to put it on. 10 points in this third quarter to match his first half total. He's now got 20 in the game. Pena for 3. He's got the answer for the Titans.
Got to get a hand up. He's been on fire today. Get a hand up. Brander's using his size against him, but you got to go out and get a hand up.
His third from downtown. Meanwhile, Maglani with the steal. Finds Pena, goes right to the iron, and is knocked down under the basket and fouled.
More free throws for Pena here in the second half.
Coach Blaine's going to call his group over to the sideline for a quick word as Pena gets set to shoot 2.
Yeah, he's been outstanding today. Outstanding. Hitting threes, getting to the basket, making free throws. Not him. They're not in this game. Just
26 points. That's 16 in the first half. He's got 11 more here in the third quarter.
He is doing everything he can to keep them in the game close, and they're ahead. Everything he can.
Shooting it at a high clip, too.
Absolutely.
5 of 7 in that first half. He's only missed once at the line as well.
Yeah, very consistent all the way. Consistent. Here's that press, full court press.
7 of 8 at the line. Meanwhile, Marshall up ahead for Wallace, who lays it in.
Good pass by Marshall up ahead. He almost turned the ball over again.
Wallace's first 2 off the bench. 3-point lead for Pinkerton. Final minute, third quarter.
You got to be ready for that press coming, that Nashua press.
Peters, a step-through move and finish. It's the first field goal for the 5'8 junior.
We've only seen him get threes lately. The last time we saw him, threes only.
Marshall deep in the post. No. Second try. Yes.
There it is.
And the foul.
Yeah, if he's not making that first one, they're doubling. And he's getting all the defense he can thrown at him, and he manages to fight and get that offensive rebound and put it back in.
24 now for Marshall. Foul on Maglani is his third. Something to watch moving forward for Coach Lane. 38 seconds remaining. Third quarter, and there's another free throw for Marshall. He's now 5 for 5 at the stripe. Meanwhile, contact here near midcourt. And what's the ruling? Out of bounds?
Off the foot. I think we had a kick ball that time.
It'll stay with the Titans.
Yeah, stuck his foot out. That time it was an intentional kick.
Gavin Terrio, the 6-foot senior, returns for North. He has played very briefly this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't recall he was. I got in for maybe a minute.
He's going to replace Maglani here for the final 34 seconds, it looks like. Pena whips one backdoor, intercepted by Wallace.
Not a good idea.
Ludden at full speed, leans into a 2.
Not a good idea on that one. Tough pass. You can't throw that cross court in the air like that across the key. That, you know, from all the way at the top, he was way outside the 3-point line. That's just a tough pass to make for anybody.
Final 10 seconds. Pena trying to shake off Andrew Brander. Pulls him back out deep on the wing. Going to attack a second time. Crossover, pull up, in and out, no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. Pinkerton, after trailing at halftime, they're going to take a 6-point lead into the fourth quarter. Is it the Astros' year? Do they close out Jackson Marshall's career with a championship, or does Nashua North surprise everybody and steal the trophy? We find out next. You are watching the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, buckle up, because here we go. Fourth quarter in Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham. Pinkerton 67, Nashua North 61. It's all on the line here in Division I. The Titans looking for their first title in school history. Pinkerton hoping to raise the trophy for the first time since 2010. It's been a back-and-forth battle. Nashua North had a 5-point lead at the break. They begin the fourth quarter trailing by 6 with the basketball. Pena has been the star with 28 points a game high. Looks for 2 more, but leaves it short on the baseline. Marshall's got his 13th rebound, and now Pinkerton comes the other way with a chance to extend this 6-point lead.
That was a rare miss for Pena as well, from about 10 feet away.
Marshall skips past, finds Ludden, who's got the touch. 3-pointer.
All of a sudden, Ludden found his groove, no doubt about it. His first 3 of the game.
7 points in the second half. He's got 13. Meanwhile, this one is blocked by Marshall. Are they going to count it? It's a goaltend.
Oh, no. That was not a goaltend.
I think it may have hit the backboard first.
No way. Not a goaltend.
We're going to take a look to see if it hits the backboard.
No. Did it?
That's a goaltend.
If it hit the backboard, yes. Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell.
It definitely did. Right there. Not from that angle. You couldn't see it clearly, but I believe it's the right call. Meanwhile, Brander is in attack mode.
There he is again.
He's got 2 more. Meanwhile, Brander is 22. That matches his semifinal total of 22 in the win over Trinity.
Yeah, he's been outstanding in this game so far. Outstanding. He, Ludden, and Marshall are the 3 big. Oh.
And a foul on Ludden. He's going to send McGuani to the free throw line. The senior got a lot of ball there.
That was a good block, at least from our angle so far. That's a good block. You have to take another look, of course, from the Wizard.
Ludden has 3 clean blocks to his credit, and almost got a 4th there.
That was a clean block as well. Unless he had a hand somewhere else on his body, up top, great block.
Barth McGuani has not gotten the looks he's accustomed to getting this afternoon. The Astro defense has made it a priority to try and shut the captain down.
Ludden has been just a glove on him. No field goals for McGuani tonight.
He's got 3 points total all at the line, 3 of 4. Or did we miss 2? I guess they got him for 5 on the board. Well, nearly a steal from Peters. Got a whistle first. It'll keep it at this end. We got a foul against who? I think they have the wrong number on the board.
They did. Let's take a look. We called it on.
They called it on 20, but 20's on the bench.
Yeah, so it can't be.
You're going to correct the number.
They're not sure who the number was, are they? There is no 20. 20's on offense, right? Ludden would be your only 20 on the floor.
Right, for Pinkerton, but the foul's against North.
Yeah, so it's not an offensive.
Now it's against Pena. That's his first.
Okay.
So one team foul each way with just over a minute and a half gone by in this fourth quarter. Wallace open in the corner. Three-pointer up and in.
Wallace off the bench, coming up big.
5 points for the senior James Wallace, who came off the bench today. Rodriguez looks for an answer from straight away. Can't get it. Brander pinches down for his 7th rebound. Drive and kick. Ludden ready to fire. Same spot, different result. Offensive rebound. Marshall goes up into Rodriguez.
Yep, got him on the arm.
Hit Rodriguez with the foul.
That's his 9th offensive rebound. Now he's going to shoot a couple more free throws. That shot a free throw in a while, which is rare for him.
Marshall, 14 points in the first half, 11 more in the third quarter.
That was a huge rebound, jumping just across the middle like that just to grab that ball.
It's his first miss at the free throw line. He had been 5 for 5. He's got one more coming. 2 minutes in, fourth quarter. Now number 20 in blue is going to check in. That's Melendez. Going to replace Peters, so a little more size on the floor right now for Coach Lane. Meanwhile, one more for Marshall. Up and in.
Yeah, he'll usually only miss one when he gets two. Good free throw shooter.
Meanwhile, the lead is 12 for Pinkerton. They led by as many as 13 way back in the first quarter.
Another good block by Ludden.
Pena, second try, won't get it. Ball up for grabs, and there's Wallace in the mix for Pinkerton. Ludden on the move, down the lane, little finger roll.
Ludden again.
And Pinkerton has their largest lead of the afternoon.
X Factor, Charles Ludden. Right? Is he Charles? Chuck?
Inside Pena, good fake and finish. And a quick timeout from Coach Lane with the lead down to a dozen with 2.5 gone by in this third quarter.
Pena has 30. And not a quiet 30. That's an aggressive, important 30 that they need. Just him to stay in the game. They're down 12, but they got to keep him in the game somehow. He's played really well so far today.
At 25 in the win over Bedford. 18 of those in the first half tonight. 16 in the first half. And 30 points in counting with still over 5 minutes to play in regulation.
Plenty of time. They got to make sure they kind of find a way to orchestrate some sort of a comeback. They got to get a couple stops down the other end defensively and then score quick themselves. I mean, 5:25 is a lot of time, but Pinkerton is an offensive juggernaut. They have 78 points, and they only had 38 at halftime. So I mean, look out. That's a lot of points.
It's been a combination of Marshall, Andrew Brander, and Parker Bienvenu Cernuda. As all three of those kids are in double figures, and don't forget about Ludden, as you mentioned as well. 6 points in that first half, 9 more since.
Yeah, he's been really good. Does so many things well. Then you get Wallace comes off the bench out of nowhere, hits a three in the corner. Wallace was a starter at one point during the beginning of the year, and has been, I think, a couple times.
We saw him start Thursday.
Yeah,
Wednesday, rather.
Yeah, when Andrew Brander was out, he started and played well that day as well, too.
All right, full court press from the Titans. McGuani, the second defender in the area. The pass goes up the sideline into the corner. And now up top for Marshall. Thought about it. Extra pass sets up Wallace. Corner three. Too strong. Weak side rebound, Cortez, and he wants to push. Going to pull up for three straight away. Short. Wallace the rebound.
Wallace coming in big. A couple rebounds. Three.
Christian Brander, deep three. Short. And it lands out of bounds. Back over to the Titans.
They didn't need that. Right now, you don't need that wide three. You got to use a little time on the clock, maybe. Keep going inside. He hasn't shot well yet. Maybe he's just trying to find his shot. We haven't found it yet.
12-point game, 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, you got to get stops. Right now, Nashua North has to get stops and score baskets. So score a basket here and get a stop and just keep getting stops. Maybe press again. Their press was fairly successful, I think, early.
Pena, lightning quick drive, but left it short. Brander, another board for Pinkerton, his 8th. Into the front court he comes with a lefty dribble, down the lane, switches to the right, and scores off the glass.
He's been really good. Really
Andrew
good
Brander with 24. The lead back to 14, and now a foul against Wallace.
Not much there. That was offensive.
Is going to even up the team foul situation at 2 apiece.
So we're still not in the bonus if Pinkerton can keep Nashua North off the free throw line, because they shoot free throws really well. That's an important factor going forward. You don't want to put Nashua at the free throw line like that.
Meanwhile, off the inbound, it's Rodriguez. Count it and the bucket. Or the bucket and the foul. He's got 6 in the second half. And now up to 19, the junior with a chance to make it an even 20 here, but more importantly, try to cut this Pinkerton lead down to 11 as we approach the midway point, fourth quarter.
Didn't seem like Pinkerton was really ready on that out-of-bounds play. To give them a chance to set up their defense, they weren't. It didn't look to me. They didn't look ready.
Rodriguez, his first trip to the line, no problem. 20 points for the junior. And the press, Pena trying to plead his case, but the official, Steve Burrows, says it was last touched by the senior.
Good call. Yeah, from here, our angle on the table, good call. The legend that is Steve Beals to the left of me, the godfather of soul, the man with the tan, the Florida phenom.
He agreed it was last touch by Pena.
Yeah, he made that call.
Meanwhile, Brander, slicing move, high off the glass, count it and the foul.
Right hand foul on that. Beautiful shot, beautiful finish.
How about the game he's putting together?
That's his first. This will be his first free throw. Can you believe that? He shot exceptionally well, and now he's at the free throw line. First time in the game at the free throw line.
He's got 26 points. He's quite the story. As we know, he started for this club as a freshman, then went to prep school for 2 years, came back in the offseason, and has saved perhaps his best performance for last. 26 points. Misses the free throw, however. Pena the other way, finds Cortez in the corner. 3 just won't go. Brander is 9th rebound.
Again on the glass.
Parker Bienvenu Cernuda whips it far side. Extra pass ends up with Ludden, who knocks down the baseline too.
Ludden, Brander, and Marshall this half have been exceptional. Ludden hasn't missed a shot, I don't think, this half.
Pena up top, Cortez into the lane. Rodriguez in the corner. 3-pointer short. Bienvenu Cernuda with his 10th rebound. The Pinkerton guard needs help in the backcourt, finds Brander, who comes into the front court with a bounce pass along the sideline that ends up with Christian Brander in the bench. And a foul called against the Titans with now less than 3.5 remaining in regulation.
And they're getting in desperation mode, trying to trap, trying to get turnovers, create turnovers. But you still got to get some stops. They played so well in that first half, and it's just, Pinkerton just has so much scoring. It just comes from all over the place.
15 is the lead. Christian Brander, a chance for his first points this afternoon. Of course, he sat out sick back on Wednesday night.
Well, is that our 5th foul?
He has managed some minutes here today, but has not scored. Meanwhile, you're right, the officials are checking the scenario over at midcourt. They gave it to Peters, that was his 3rd.
We're going out of bounds with that. I thought for sure. Yeah, I looked up there and I thought, that can't be right.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we would shoot free throws. Only
I don't know either.
4 team fouls against North, so they're up against the limit now. Meanwhile, Marshall double teamed in the post, looking for his footing. It's called for a travel.
Just a rare turnover in this half. Cernuda was wide open underneath the basket too. You got to see that. They're not guarding Cernuda at all. So if you catch the ball and you're Marshall inside, Cernuda wide open everywhere. That time underneath the basket, kind of would have got a 2-footer, uncontested.
Pena for Cortez. North's got to hurry. They're down 15 as we close in on 3 minutes to go. Maguani chucks up a 3, won't go. Rodriguez tracks it down in the corner. Leads to another quick 3 from Cortez. Now it's Ludden the other way. Ludden for Marshall. He collides with Maguani. And a foul is called against McLaughlin. That's his fourth.
Hard foul, but not. I don't think he did it on purpose. Just a weird situation there with McLaughlin. Hard foul. The fans don't like it when Marshall gets fouled hard. He gets hit a lot, but the fans don't like him getting hit. And he does. He gets hit a lot. He gets hit the whole game. He gets beat up. We know this. We've mentioned the Shaq thing, the hack a Shaq. You couldn't hack a Shaq him though, because he'd make every free throw. So that would be, he just gets beat up every game.
He's got 27 tonight.
Today, not as much though. I don't see. I think that the officials have called this one a pretty good game, and he hasn't taken a beating like he normally does.
McLaughlin deep three. Can't get it.
Desperation.
Brander got his 9th rebound on the weak side glass for the Astros. Inside of 3 minutes, the lead is 16. Brander, a leaner, short. McLaughlin gets to it. North wants to push. Cortez splits two, and they're going to say nope. Foul first on the floor.
Got him on the floor. Might have got away with the travel too, I think. Fortuitous. Let's take a look at the feet. I think maybe got away with the travel, but I think the foul negates that travel, so that's actually a good call.
McLaughlin catch and shoot. He's hitting the corner. He almost got it to go. And they're saying 3 free throws coming up. So Ludden tried to block the shot and got a piece of the arm.
Yeah. I think he had something to say to the fans or something over there. I don't know what that was about.
So McLaughlin, 5 points, 4 rebounds for the junior captain.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to find any kind of rhythm today offensively. Now, free throw wise, he's now
4 for 5.
4 for 5, but he hasn't. Just no flow today. Ludden just hasn't let him get any shots off. Uno mas, folks. One more. That 3 free throw situation.
Yep. 85-71. One more on the way. Coach Lane giving some instructions. 2:28 to go. Coming up after the game, stats, highlights, analysis, live interview with the winning head coach, plus the trophy presentation. All that coming up.
There's that full court press. Try and get a turnover and get a quick basket. Try and trap once you get over the line.
Got a timeout here from Coach Dunham.
Just when you go to the middle. Middle should be open. Jackson's so much bigger than everybody else. You kind of dribble back and forth, pass the ball back and forth. Don't get trapped. Look at the middle. And Marshall's wide open. As soon as you get the ball to the middle, the press is broken. He's so big, too, he can see over the defense and make a good pass underneath the basket for a layup.
So Pinkerton, it's been quite a run. They came up just short in this spot a year ago against Bedford. Brought a lot of that team back. Roared out of the gate. Caught their only regular season loss in late January against Dover.
Still a mystery. Still a mystery.
But closed out the regular season on a high note, including a win over Bedford. In the postseason tournament, they put up over 100 points over Nashua South in the quarterfinal round.
We're at 85 now, Nick. We're close. We're close to getting to 90 again.
They had 82 the other night in the semi. The semifinal win over Trinity, and here they are leading 85-72. They've got Jackson Marshall, a career 2,000-point scorer. He obviously is going to be missed when he graduates in June, but this 2024 season, in large part, has revolved around the Pinkerton Astros.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And he's
trying to get over
glad.
the finish line here.
He's got to be glad. If he can get this win and get it over with, he'll feel really good.
Backdoor Ludden mishandled the catch. Otherwise, likely would have had a layup.
Right now, very physical. Trying to foul, right? They're trying to get fouls. The officials let a couple of those fouls go early. But
Cortez going to touch up Ludden here with 2:10 to go.
Ludden again. Ludden hasn't been to the free throw line either. He's been excellent, but he hasn't been to the free throw line yet.
Ludden with 17. 11 since halftime. Can't hit the free throw. Left it short.
Close it out. Marshall, like I said, kind of be glad to get it over with that they didn't win it last year. You know he wants to win one. You score 2,000 points. You average 37 points a game. You want to get one championship before you leave. Absolutely.
Look out.
Might have been a double block on that one.
Well, Pena had it sent back by Marshall.
At least he's smiling. That's good. Good nature, smiling.
That one actually landed off the left shoulder of the security guard.
It did.
And a turnover off the inbound. Inside of 2 minutes. Pinkerton by 14. Double team here. And a timeout first from Coach Dunham. Cortez almost had a steal, but
he did.
Again, the timeout first. So Pinkerton will keep it with 1:51 remaining.
You still don't want to allow yourself to get trapped, right? So you know that that's what they're trying to do. So you want to keep the ball out of the corners, away from. As soon as the ball crosses half court, they're going to trap. Coach Lane doing a good job with that trap, trying to push the ball sideline, get a trap across half court. See if you can get a steal and a quick basket, come back and foul. Do whatever you can with 1:51. I mean, stranger things have happened. You get a bunch of threes all of a sudden in a row. It's a different game. You've seen that. But time is of the essence at this point. Game plan, I thought, was great. The guards were great early. I know I'm using the word great a lot, but I thought Nashua's guards were wonderful in the first half. Second quarter especially.
Marshall spins right, hangs, and scores.
Too much beef.
Marshall with 29. Pena quickly the other way. Finds Rodriguez in the paint. Cut off on the block. Bounce pass McGloney. Right hand banker. No.
Gonna get a dunk.
The board.
Gonna get a dunk for you.
Up ahead for Marshall. Throws it down.
Throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
For Marshall. 3-pointer won't go. Marshall 50 rebound.
Crowd needed that. We almost had the lob early, but that time we got the fast break, one-handed flush.
Ludden will get two more. Or will he? No, he didn't.
He missed it?
Yeah, he did. He missed the layup.
That's a rare miss for Ludden today.
I spoke too soon. McGloney the other way. Finds Rodriguez.
Two-footer.
He's got the two. Quick timeout from Coach Lane. He's going to pull, I believe, his seniors off the floor here.
I think there's some moderate concern over here on my left behind me of a possible court storming episode. I hope not. Those never go well. A fight situation looks like in the crowd across from us. All kinds of fun action going on.
Well, it's a crowd of 5,000 people. There's bound to be one or two who misbehave, but nonetheless, a good effort here from the Titans as we get a look at that Marshall dunk. But it appears like Coach Lane is throwing in the towel here with 55 seconds remaining.
Everybody, look, we got all subs in now with 55 seconds to go, 90-74. 90 points, Nick.
Yep.
Nashua was that second quarter for Nashua, though, the guards were beside themselves. They were just outstanding.
Well, 90 a fitting number. I know that's been kind of the standard, at least in your mind.
Yeah.
The Astros came out, first 4 or 5 games on the campaign were over 90. And they're fittingly matched that number here in the finale.
Some guys trying to get their name in the box score. The rebound for Brady Sullivan. He owns a building. That's all I have to say about that.
And sophomore landed out of bounds after pulling in the rebound. 30 seconds. There's Melendez on a baseline drive.
For Melendez.
Makes it 90-76. Final 20 seconds.
His first half play was important early.
Up and under. Won't get it. Melendez the other way. We're down to 10 seconds. Melendez trying to bank it. Cannot. Rebound the other way for Cam Morosco, the senior. He's going to pull the trigger. Three-pointer won't go. Dempsey the rebound, and that'll do it. The Pinkerton Astros are the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I state champions. Jackson Marshall, one of the greatest players in New Hampshire high school history, has led his team over the finish line, is celebrating both with his teammates and the Pinkerton students here in Durham after what was a 90-76 final score here in the championship round.
Nick, I was concerned it was going to be a court storming. He did a good job holding that off.
Well, not with Brian O'Reilly in the area. The longtime Pinkerton AD was not about to let that happen, but he is going to let his guys celebrate a bit and a well-deserved championship. Pinkerton almost did it last year. unfinished business after losing in the championship to Bedford. They go 17-1 in the regular season and a perfect 3-0 postseason to bring home the first championship since 2010.
That was just too much Jackson Marshall, too much Ludden in the second half, too much Andrew Brander. Offensively, just too much in the second half for Pinkerton. Nashua North played a really tough game, had a good game plan. Guards were great in that first half. Second half, they cooled off a little bit. Like Roe Cortez cooled off. He didn't get a lot from Aglani. That's kind of a bummer, but you know what? He's got time. He can come back next year. This team has some guys coming back, and they're going to be pretty good again. They'll lose Pena, who was just wonderful. His last high school game of his career, he was absolutely outstanding, and good for him.
So it's a fitting ending for the senior class for Pinkerton. Jackson Marshall goes out officially with 31 points and 14 rebounds. Andrew Brander, after rejoining his teammates this year, finishes with 26 and 11 in his final game.
That's huge.
Also shot the ball very well, 11 of 16.
Huge.
From the floor. And Charles Ludden playing in his finale, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocked shots as well.
Those are three guys with huge numbers for that game. And on the other side, too, you got Rodriguez with a game-high 22, Roe Cortez at 10, and Jaden Pena goes out with 30 as a guard, 30 points and 7 rebounds, and then 6 assists as well. So he had a really good, complete game for his last game of the year, of his career. So I think that, you know, those kids played hard. They were on a roll for so long, and they kept this game close for, you know, most of the game. It was close. So they have nothing to be ashamed of. Good for them. Runner-up is okay to a team that's got a guy that is 6'9", 275, 280, averages 37 points a game. That is a great effort.
There's Coach Mike Dunham in his first year.
That's a good first year right there.
I'd say.
Well, when you got that guy, your first year, you can walk in off the street and go, I can coach these guys, let's go. Good for him.
Well, I know that's easier said than done.
It does feel easier. They did lose a game, so yeah, it could happen, but they figured it out and made it work.
But we've seen examples in sports over and over again, professional, amateur, where the roster is loaded with talent, but for whatever reason they don't get it done.
Yeah, it
Coach Dunham made sure that they did get it done.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll get guys that have egos, and they have to get theirs, and all that stuff you have to be worried about. So if you can manage that, you can win championships. When you got a guy that you know is going to come out every night and get you 37 to 40 to 50, and the other guys have to accept that. And say, okay, some nights I'm going to get 20. Some nights, like Brander tonight, got 26 points. That's okay. That happens sometimes. Where you have that player, that guy, who's going to get you all those points and all those rebounds, and you got to keep giving it to him and giving it to him. Some guys don't do well with that. And these guys bought into that, and it's worked, and they won.
Well, we're going to hope to speak with Coach Dunham in just a moment. We'll see if we can get Jackson Marshall over here as well. They're going to pause for the photos. They got the nets already down. The medals have been handed out. And quite a story. Jackson Marshall, well done. 37-point per game average.
And they
put out some eye-popping totals in this tournament as well against some of the best teams the division had to offer. 38 against South, 39 in the win over Trinity, and then 31 this afternoon.
I think part of it was the matching shoes as well. They too have somewhat matching shoes. There's some guys that are outliers that I'm not happy with today, but the guys with the matching shoes are the ones that played in the game the most today. We're going to give them credit with the shoes, baby. Money, it's got to be the shoes again. I love it.
Well, the fans are going to storm the floor now. Somewhere in the middle of the mix is Marshall and the championship trophy.
Yes, everybody keep your shirts on. Just keep them on. Let's not have any of that. No fisticuffs. Only joy. They get those nets. Look at the nets. Wow, look at the nets up and down. Look at that. That's professional right there.
Yeah, they're used to it at this point. Now 3 games, 3 championship games.
Woo. One more
have been completed here at Lundholm. 1 more to go. That's going to feature Pinkerton as well on the girls' side when they take on Bedford in the D1 final. That comes your way right here on Friday night at 7 o'clock. Of course, it's broadcasting in conjunction all day with the NFHS network. There he is, the man of the hour. Going to get the headset on.
I think so. I got you now.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Job.
Kind of a scary moment at halftime. You're down 5. Your guys come out. You reestablish the lead early in that third quarter, and you extend the lead in the fourth. What was the key to the success today?
Honestly, it's just these guys competing. I mean, they've competed all year. They've gone through some adversity in the beginning of the year and towards the end of the year, and then coming out at halftime. I mean, they weren't guarding Parker Bienvenuto, so we put him off the ball. And then, I thought Drew Brander was great. Jackson Marshall was phenomenal. And it's just, total team win. These guys are just fun to be around. I'm going to miss a lot of them, but it's been awesome.
Yeah, I bet. Obviously, you had some championship aspirations when you took the job over the summer, but did this season meet your personal expectations? The 17-1 regular season, and then the perfect 3-0 postseason.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind for me. I'm not going to lie. I got a 17-month-old at home, and it's awesome. And just being a part of this community again. And this place is packed, and the community's awesome. From administration to teachers to everybody at Pinkerton Academy. I'm just very thankful for the opportunity. And, the ADs, Coach O'Reilly and Jeff Soika, I can't thank them enough for the opportunity.
In the first half, you were out-rebounded, and I was shocked. The guards kind of took advantage of some of the fast break opportunities. Second half, though, you turned it around. Then you out-rebounded them at the end of the game and shut down the guards in the second half. Yeah,
it's just the compete level for them in the second half. I thought in the first half we came out with a vengeance, and I think this big court got us tired a little bit, and it was kind of hard. But then, at halftime, we didn't panic. I didn't yell at them. Look, we've been in this situation before, and we were in it again, and that's okay. And I told them this game isn't over. There's still 16 minutes left, and I thought they took advantage of it. I thought Drew Brander and Jackson played off each other really, really well tonight, and it was a total team win. The practice has been very good the last couple days, and I just hope they enjoy this moment.
Any adjustments other than that? What did you tell them at halftime, adjustment-wise, that you guys came out and did differently?
Honestly, just offensively, putting Parker off the ball, kind of putting him on the sideline, on the baseline. That way, when Jackson does get the ball, Parker could just cut, and that'd be fine. And then also, defensively, I thought Charlie Ludden did a great job on Parth McGlarney. I mean, Charlie Ludden was unbelievable. And Parth is such a great player. And their guards were really good tonight. They made some big shots. And, kudos to Nashua North on a phenomenal season. Coach Lane does such a good job with them. And I'm sure they're going to be back next year, too.
Yeah. Coach, how do you celebrate tonight?
I don't know yet. I got work, so I got to be up at 5:30 in the morning. It's a Sunday, so I'll probably just go home and hang out with my wife and kid and enjoy every second of this. And, it's enjoy it at school tomorrow, too.
Don't you think?
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much for all you guys did all year. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much.
I think you might deserve a day off tomorrow. You got a 17-month-old and you just won the title. Maybe take a day. I don't know.
I know. You can ask Dr. Powers over there if you want.
Yeah, we'll discuss it with him.
Thank you so much, guys, for everything you do.
Coach.
Have a good night.
That's, again, first-year head coach Mike Dunham getting the job done. Pinkerton, your champions in 2024. First title for the school since 2010. And you could see that the emotions of the last year or so kind of catching up with Coach there.
Yeah, you can tell very happy. The fact that he's got a 17-month at home as well. Now, listen, Coach, enjoy the 17-month-old at home. It gets better, and then it kind of goes downhill from there for a while. And then it gets better again, but when they're little, enjoy it is the best. But I day off tomorrow, I'll stay home, take a little nap, rest up, and come back. And Tuesday, boom, maybe have a pep rally, go over everything they did, and let's see what happens. Have some fun.
A little championship parade,
why not,
perhaps,
right?
in the cards. Well,
why not?
It'd be fitting if the women could join them. We're going to find out later on tonight when they battle Bedford for the D1 title on the women's side. That's a 7 o'clock start that comes your way next here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Meanwhile, we're hoping to track down the 6'9" superstar Jackson Marshall from somewhere in the crowd. John Barron on the mission right now.
He's
maybe
got too
tough.
many fans.
There's still a lot of folks on the floor here, but we would love to speak with Jackson if we can get a few minutes with the senior.
You got a lot of
following
fans.
Really a historic career. 2,000 points for Pinkerton. Goes out in high-flying fashion this afternoon with 31 points and 14 rebounds.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better ending to your career. Last year, you could tell he was frustrated that they lost to Bedford. That was a tough loss. And Bedford this year, we wanted to see the rematch. To be honest, we wanted to see that. We didn't get to, but I'm glad we got to see Nashua North play.
All right, here he comes. Jackson Marshall with the championship net around his neck.
Got the net.
Joining us courtside here.
Netless. That's a netless.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure watching you, not just today, but all year, all career.
Thank you.
Your thoughts entering today here, Jackson? You took on a hot Nashua North team that got the better of your team in the first half, but in the third quarter it was a little different of a story. What was the difference between the first half and the second half?
The second half we started playing defense, whereas the first half we were just like kind of slow. Weren't defending well. I couldn't make a layup or shot. I couldn't make anything really, and we just stepped it up the second half, which is big for us.
Yeah. Did you look to go back inside a little more often in that third quarter?
Oh yeah, yep. Back inside. That's the bread and butter usually, so I went back to it.
Yeah. Your club obviously was kind of on a mission since you lost in this spot last year.
Oh yeah.
Mission accomplished at this point?
Yep, definitely.
Do you feel like you accomplished everything you could individually, team-wise this year? Was there anything else that you wanted to do?
No, I think I got everything. I mean, it's great. I mean, I don't have any more words for it. I mean, I'm just really excited that we won, and my career's over, and I think this is the best way I could have asked for it.
Well, that's good. Now you can go home and you won't get beat up anymore like you're Shaq Jr. here in, in New Hampshire.
We'll be good.
I noticed, Jackson, as soon as the game ended, you went over to celebrate with the students. What have they meant to you?
I mean, without them, this sport wouldn't be fun. I mean, them being here, see how packed it was all the way up. I mean, those are all my friends. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more from them. It's great.
Is this the final time we're going to see you on the floor?
This is my last time ever.
Okay.
No more basketball for you?
No, baseball.
Okay.
We'll see you on the diamond this spring
luck.
for sure.
Yep, definitely.
Well, congratulations. You are a state champion.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Outstanding job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jackson Marshall, the story of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to basketball in the state of New Hampshire.
37 points a game, probably around 17, 18 rebounds a game. That's unheard of. You can go around the country and you'll find the leading scorer in the country, maybe he's in the 40s, but they're shooting all threes. He's getting all his baskets in the paint, old school, foul, and ones, traditional and ones at the hoop. You don't see that anymore. A big man who plays big. And I've said that all year. I love it. And coaches made fun of me. Oh, you're old school, this and that. Oh, Lord, flex cuts here and there. But you know what, though? How did they win? How did that team win?
Right.
The antithesis of all basketball that is played now is we're going to go inside to a guy who's going to be dominant in the paint, and they won the title decisively. And they won almost every game this year with the exception of one anomaly, decisively. Playing basketball, old school, with a big man on the block who's getting you 37 a game, primarily from that spot. So what does that tell you going forward? Are there other teams that we could look at and say, you know what? Well, why don't we try that? Why don't we find a big man and do the same thing? Who's going to guard him? What do you say? No one could guard him. Who? No one could guard him. He could have done that almost in any state, and no one had to guard him in the paint. So you guys out there, find a big man, and look what happens when you find a big man.
Of course, we know the plan as of now for Jackson Marshall. First of all, close out the high school season on the diamond with the Pinkerton baseball team this spring, graduate in June, and then keep it local at Southern New Hampshire University, where he's going to continue his baseball career. And despite the assurances we just heard from the man himself, somehow There's something on that says, yeah, right, we may, in the end, see him back on the floor at some point somewhere.
Well, if I'm Snoo, or I'm somewhere else, I told you already, I think he could go to places like UC Irvine, Division I schools that don't necessarily run up and down Long Beach State, UC Riverside, where I went. He could play at those schools. They need a big guy in the paint that can play that way differently. They'll run a little bit, but he'll get in better shape. He'll get leaner. He's going to get stronger. Muscle's going to kick in. All of a sudden, he'll be an entirely different player at that level. But he could play at Southern New Hampshire as well. It's just a matter of you adjust the game to work with a guy who can destroy people on the low block. I mean, why wouldn't Snoo look at that and say, well, wait, they did it in high school. It worked. Why couldn't we do that? We'll bring the ball down the floor, slow down, we go inside, and he dominates in the paint, and then goes and throws strikes or does whatever he does on the baseball field after that. Why not?
Throws gas.
Yeah,
for sure.
Why not, right?
All right.
That's what I want. I want to see that.
3 down, 1 to go. Coming up, 7 o'clock Eastern, it's the girls' Division I championship between Bedford and Pinkerton. Of course, we'll have that coverage for you right here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire in conjunction with the NFHS network. But the final score, the final time in the D1 final on the boys' side is Pinkerton 90, Nashua North 76. This has been a presentation of the 2024 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division I State Championship game. Right here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, broadcasted in conjunction with the NFHS network.